Thanks for coming. This is a screening of a movie I made 10 years ago, I think. It's a film called Magnificent Color World. It was shot in Chicago, I think maybe a month or so after the release of Color Book, and it's so much to talk about within the movie, but basically the idea was I wanted to throw a concert or shoot a concert film that focused more on the sonics. A lot of times when you watch concert films, it's really focused on the staging, production-wise, but there's tens of thousands of people screaming and singing along that that feeling kind of gets lost sometimes, and it doesn't translate when it goes on the big screen. So I wanted to do something like that. So I ended up like kind of engineering a show or designing a stage that would mic the audiences better, and in doing that, I ended up coming up with a new overall stage design just to kind of like compartmentalize the different parts of my show. And none of that makes sense right now. When you see the movie, it will make more sense. But yeah, this is the product of myself, my team, an amazing director by the name of Jake Schreier. He did Robot and Frank. He did the new Marvels. He's doing the X-Men movie that's coming out soon. One of my dear friends, and also a lot of collaboration with Francis and the Lights. But basically, this is a film that we put together years ago. We're gonna drop it later this year, but I wanted to do screeners for the people that fuck it the most. So thanks for coming out to my weird little screening thing. I hope y'all enjoy it. Thanks for the 10th anniversary of the Color Book. And let's start the show.
Well, thank you. Did you guys enjoy the movie? Yeah, so that was it. That was the Magnificent Color World movie. Again, we filmed it 20s. Now that I think about it, now that I'm rewatching it, it's been a while since I watched the movie. I think we filmed this at the beginning of 2017, maybe shortly after the Grammys. And then I didn't actually edit the film until 2020. Till 2020, I started editing the film. It was the first thing that I edited, and it wasn't just me. It was a three of us, three-person team. But it was the first time that it was when I was first getting into film, and so we released it at AMC theaters in 2021, and just did like some screenings around the country, and a couple in London and Paris and a few countries in Europe, and then it's kind of just been in the vault since then. So since it's the 10-year anniversary, I figured I'd do some screenings again because I love the movie. Thank you guys. And yeah, I just wanted to kick it with y'all, show you the movie, and do a little Q&A if anybody had any questions about it, or commentary or whatever. Just raise your hand, and I'll have somebody come around with a microphone, and we can do it like that. All the way in the back right here, that was the first hand I said go up.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hey.
My name's Nita, I'm from Definitely Dope.
Hey, oh, what's up?
How's it going? I'm the one that did all the publicity sending out. So Chance gave away 50 free front row tickets to all deaf fans, and then he's actually the only artist that brought his own interpreter, a black woman. Give me another reason to love this guy. I didn't even make it on the movie, but so my question is, how did you, do you just get to make a decision like that to just offer, because you're independent? How did you just be able to just give that away and just bring your own interpreter on stage? I've never seen anything like that before.
I appreciate it, yeah. It was so good to so basically, this is years ago, I met my homie Matt from Definitely Dope, and we worked together on a festival. So when you do festivals, typically there's not ASL interpreters on stage, but at the ones where they do have accessibility for those who are deaf or hard of hearing, they assign an interpreter for the stage, and we got cool, and I asked if he could be at all of my sets for all the festivals that were supplying him, and then that rolled into it being for all the festivals that I was doing, and so Definitely Dope got into tons of festivals. And that wasn't all me, that was also him advocating for himself and for people that want to come and enjoy concerts. We stayed locked in. He ended up coming and doing, we got a vacation Bible school in Chicago called Kids of the Kingdom. So he came and implemented the sign language program there. We stayed in touch forever after that. But yeah, that's kind of just how it just kind of rolled. We just met each other at a festival, and he had all these amazing interpreters that, you know, if you've ever seen, like, there's a famous video of Flacco with like a lady and she's signing and he's like, oh, she's getting it. And that went viral. She worked with Definitely Dope too. But yeah, so I'm glad that you came to the show. I'm glad you could come enjoy it.
Thank you. And Chance actually learned blessings in sign language.
I did learn blessings. I don't remember. I wish I could say I remember it still. But when we did the summer camp program, I did learn it. Up here in the front, second row.
Thank you for showing this to us. For me, like, and I'm sure everyone here who were at these shows in 2016, 2017, and before that, it brought back so much joy and nostalgia and just community that I feel like we're lacking in a way in our world now. I just want to know, like, what watching this brings back for you.
Oh man, great question. So many things. Like, I think, you know, I'm going on tour for the album later this year, and I haven't like really looked at the songs like that. And so watching this does make me like remember those performances and remember, you know, I don't know, little tricks and things that I would do during that tour. It makes me look at the community, and I mean, like, Francis and the Lights, one of my, you know, biggest inspirations in music, one of my closest friends. Just thinking about all the time that we spent together. Nico, me, Greg, and Peter just played a show together yesterday, but like I haven't played a show with Nico. That show was really good. I don't know if anybody did. It's good to see y'all again. Thank you. It was spicy. What a spicy show. But yeah, I think we're getting to see like all the people. What I really love about the show is that what I remember about trying to design that stage design was I wanted to like break down the different parts of what I felt like made the album. Like there was you know, obviously the home base of like the band of me and Peter and Nico and Greg, but then also like the choir was like the choral sound was like a big part of making Coloring Book, and even in the songs that it's not in, the samples or the inspiration for the songs was coming from them. And you know, the whole idea of Coloring Book or that sound came from Sunday Candy. So having a theatrical stage, because filming Sunday Candy, making that music video was like the first time I really got into cameras and working with, you know, ensemble cast or choreography. All right, LA. But yeah, and then having the orchestra stage, having a stage just for Francis and the Prison Miser, like, Coloring Book is in so many different parts, and so when somebody tells me they love it, they can love it for a million reasons, for faith, for the conversations about relationship, for the samples, for just what it meant nostalgia-wise. Like, I think it means a lot of different things, and so when I watch it, I feel all of those things. I get to see all of these friends and people that, you know, have been in my life forever, but when they look 10 years younger, and just like, you know, it's a crazy feeling. Right here, in that same row, towards the... Oh, sorry, I was saying pass it down right there, yeah.
Hey, I want to know, are you working on anything new?
Hey, straight shooter. I am, yeah. I'm working on music. I'm always working on music. Thank you. Thanks for the class. Yeah, I'm always working on new music, and I had a few different ideas. This is actually a great case study room to be in right now. Would y'all rather have like a completely separate new project from me, or like a deluxe to start with? Yes. Both is crazy. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. I love making music. It's anxiety inducing, but it always ends up going well once I release music. So I do also love releasing music. But I feel like Starline is just such a big concept, and there's so many things I did get to explore that I did explore but didn't make it to the project. And so, you know, even in the new stuff that I'm making, a lot of it draws inspiration still from Starline. So we were actually just having I was at Vic's house earlier, we were just having a long conversation about what the next move is. And right now I'm leaning towards a deluxe. But I was originally working on a separate project, so who knows what idea will win. But great question.
Thank you.
Of course. Right here, let's start getting some from this row. Side. Make some noise for Carolyn, by the way. This is one of my managers. She's handling it. She should be in theater.
Hi, I just want to say thank you for putting so much detail in your art. I appreciate the hell out of it. One of the things that I struggled with thinking about your summer tour is like Starline is so incredible and so deep, and I want to see it again and again. And so thinking about this and coloring book and it being like a different time in the world is really hard. So like that's art, right? Is like me trying to figure that out. How do you figure that out?
I'm trying to. Like I'm trying to. It's something hard to reconcile because it's like I'll never get another 10-year anniversary. So it's like, you know, I wanna go out and play these songs for the people that love them and that have built memories on them and maybe didn't get to see the coloring book tour originally or whatever it is, you know? So I want to do that, but yes, at the very same time, I'm like, I think there's a lot of people that still have never heard Starline. I don't know that it's out or, you know, or whatever. So it's like, it's something that I battle with. And I was really, really happy yesterday to be able to play the Juneteenth show because it worked so, thank you. It felt like such an incredible opportunity. I already said it, but I'll say it again, to be in the 250th year of this country, right? And to be celebrating only the 5th year, I think, of Juneteenth being a federal holiday, and then just in the state that we're in, they have fucking dirt bikes and MMA matches at the White House. Like, we're in like a crazy, crazy time. That's just what it is. That's reality. Isn't that crazy that that's a real sentence? And so it's like the opportunity to do something that's current and that I feel like I've made at a mature age. So to me, honestly, and I don't want to offend anybody, but to me it's better. I want to go out and do that. And so it was great to be able to have that opportunity yesterday to go and do Starline and to really go in depth and to pull from the archival footage and to just like work out that project. But I'm also really excited to go reimagine Color Book as a better performer now, you know? So I don't know. I think about it literally every day of what I should be promoting or putting my effort towards. And even this, you know, it's like this movie's 10 years old, you know, it's something that it just sits dormant on a hard drive, and it's like, well, why not go out and celebrate with the people who love Coloring Book, go show them this film, go, you know, vibe out together as a little piece. But then it's also like, you know, play the Hollywood Bowl too, you know, you can do both,
Thank you.
She's standing up, she's taking the initiative.
Hi, Chan.
Hey.
I'm everybody. Nice to meet you. So, first of all, shout out to you. Happy Juneteenth King.
Hey, yeah.
I was there last night.
Hey, you was there?
I was there. It was lit. Everybody was lit. DJ, both DJs.
Hey, yeah.
And what was the first DJ? The
Novena.
girl.
Yeah.
She was fire. DJ Nice.
Shout out to Novena. Shout out to
DJ
DJ.
Thing. It was great. So, one of my favorite things about art is watching the progression. You know, I'm a massive fan. So, I was wondering, you know, with every artist, there's a progression of just like your own journey, but also like your journey with culture, your journey with society at large, whatever country you're in, right? And so I'm gonna ask a very selfish question. As black artists, what is something that you would give as like wisdom, knowledge, whatever, that you learned throughout your progression from acid rap all the way to where you're at now, that would be helpful for other creatives to use to grow with?
That's such a good question. would you want something that like, okay, let me just answer my
It's
first
how
part.
you want to answer it. Sure, answer.
So, as a black artist, right? Specifically speaking, as a black artist, I think it's important to understand. I think for any artist, right, ownership is important. I think for black artists, like it's, live or die. Like everything is based on what you can own. Because no matter what, your existence is commodified. Like you are a product. You are as useful as your labor and the culture that you can add to, but overall you're a black body. So it's like you as a workforce, that's where your value lies. But when you have ownership, when you create and I've been like weaning off of like entrepreneurship and trying to talk about entrepreneurship all the time, but especially in this part of my life, I'm really trying to structure my business to be something that feeds my, the demand of my consumer. And I think in the past I've loved so much to give away things for free. I love so much to be kind of like elusive when it comes to how people can reach my stuff, keeping it exclusive or keeping it, only on SoundCloud or only in this space. And so now I think understanding just the marketplace and where I am as an artist, like now I'm starting to learn how to, create my product. So for the first time, like since 2019, we pressed vinyls for Coloring Book, and it was something that I had like a weird past history with. Like vinyls are very tricky to produce. The timeline is always like fucking up when it comes to trying to manufacture a bunch of them. They can melt, they can get lost in the mail or break or get damaged. So it's like, it's a big investment, especially as an independent artist, to press vinyls, especially large orders. So I did this back in 2019. I had a terrible experience with it. I fell out with my manager in part because of that. And so it was something that I was always just like not really trying to do. And is there a motorcycle race today? Okay, sweet. Well, the point that I was gonna make though was that I finally got over my fear and I pressed a bunch of vinyl copies, and they did really, really well. And Coloring Book sold out in like 24 hours. Thousands and thousands of copies. And so now I'm learning distribution channels. Thank you guys. Now I'm learning. For so long my music was only available commercially through my website. Like you had to order my music, and so now I'm learning like. I'm creating a network with the record stores, with the vinyl retailers, and with major retailers. So like Urban Outfitters sells vinyls, and Zumi sells vinyls, and I don't want to bore you guys with the shit that I'm talking about either. I'm just being super honest. What I'm learning now is that if I had not taken a lot of the steps that I took, or made a lot of the decisions I made, or not. Or decided to sign a lot of the shit that I stayed away from signing, I wouldn't have the ability to be the sole manufacturer of my music. And so for artists, what I would say is like, hey, and I love you too, what up? We having an event. The point that I was making though was that I think me and two of my best friends, Vic Mensa, Fatima No Name, make some noise for No Name. She's one of the three people that I said, she's definitely by far the realest. And we're just like learning how to self-sustain and create, points of sales around us that, otherwise would have to be made through channels through signing to somebody. Typically when somebody signs you, the whole goal is that they can create product off of you, t-shirts and CDs and tickets to a show or whatever. And since we chose to not go that way or got out of working in that way, now we have to create those channels ourselves. And so I'm sorry for that long-winded answer, but it just made me think really deeply. It was a great question.
Thank you for sharing your gift with us and your voice, and thank you for always being your unique self and for showing your black excellence. Shout out to you, King.
Probably got like maybe two more. Is that okay? I gotta get Autumn up front. We'll do 3 more. Autumn and then 2 people.
Hi, I got 3 questions. But one of so I know for me, same drugs hit so different now. 10 years later, like I had no clue 10 years now, and now I'm like I'll cry. So is there anything like from the album that you listen to now that hits different?
I think everything is different. I think it, with Coloring Book, I wasn't married yet, right? I just had my first child, and a lot of the album was like hopeful, I feel like Acid Rap was questioning a lot of things. Coloring Book wasn't like, I've made it, but it was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it. And then the big day was like, oh, I got it all figured out. I feel like when I made Coloring Book, a lot of what I'm hoping for it either came into fruition or it didn't. And so everything sounds different. And also it's just, it's old. One line that I was thinking about is the line where I say, I'm in love with my city, bitch, I sleep in my hat. Like, that line to people that find me later in life probably doesn't make no sense because what does a 3 have to do? But for a long time, before that album came out, there was no 3 hat. I used to just wear a socks hat everywhere. People would be like, damn, you sleep in a hat? So now it's like, when I'm listening to certain lines, I'm just like, oh, I said that because, and I have to remind myself of a different point in my life.
I want to see background for you. So how do I really go about that? Like, what would be your advice for that?
I think you should. I think you're an amazing vocalist. Let's figure it out. I don't think that's crazy at all.
Okay, good enough.
All right, bet.
My last one, restock the brush.
Okay, I will. Got it. We'll do. I got one more person in the back that's standing up. He's taking initiative. Gotta get that guy. Sorry, the guy in front of you that was already.
Yo, what's up, Chance?
Yo.
My name is Renzo. I've been listening to you ever since I was 9, which is young. My question is that, what was the song that really challenged you? Like, out of the whole Starline album, what was one song that was like, dang, I had to do millions of takes, or maybe, I don't know, just what was your hardest song that you really had to put the most effort into?
That's a really, really good question. I'm grateful that you asked me that. I don't know the answer. I'm thinking as I'm speaking, but I appreciate the fact that you appreciate that. Because, people don't think about that. Or maybe some people do, but oh, that shit'll kill you. Literally drive you crazy. And I remember living in fear of certain songs, of being like, I know I have to get this right. I have all these things correct, but there's something wrong. I just need to fix this. Or I have this hook, but I can't figure out how to put this verse into words. Or I hate this, just for years, for 6 years. And a lot of the songs in the final version of Starline were songs that started back in 2021. So, I made, I would say probably thousands of songs, at least 1,000 songs in that time. But I remember songs that I remember struggling a lot with, or spending a long time to finish were, let's think. Negro Problem took me a long time to get the second verse. I had the first verse for a long time and I didn't know what to do for the second verse. I remember I wrote that in upstate New York on a writing trip and was really proud when I did that second verse. What's another one that took a long time? Speed of Light went through 50 different verses for each one, and it was just that one was on and off the album a million times. There's a bunch of ones that took forever and then they just didn't make it. One of my favorite songs called All My People, and I went through so many different versions of that song, and it didn't make it. It might be on the deluxe, but but I think one of the songs that I remember struggling with, and it wasn't so much what to say, it felt like the words were just bleeding out of me just so well, but it was a long time to get it together and become confident enough to put it on the album. I also thought people were gonna hate it, or hate on it or think it was weird or nerdy or disrespectful was Letters. Letters was like, for me, it was like so many different things, like, you know, catharsis. Like it was like I have these gripes with the church, and it's with, you know, the church at large, the evangelical machine, white Christian nationalism, the black church, but also like in the, like, at the center, like, I have problems with how my own church that I grew up with, like a small church on 160 Union was. And so I'm letting all these things out, and when I would listen back to it, it sometimes I'd be like, oh, it just sounds too angry, or it sounds too nerdy, or I don't like the way my voice sounds, or I think it's too moody, or I got a lot of songs already where I'm rapping for a long time, and I just had all these excuses, and I feel like that was one of the ones that didn't get solidified for certain being on the album until like a week or two before the album came out.
Thank you. And also, sorry.
Good.
I'll see you in Seattle.
I'll see you in Seattle, man.
At the meet and greet. I got you.
For sure. Let's do one Maz right here in the aisle of the.
Hello.
Hey.
My name's Bailey. I've been here since 10 Day. And
Wow.
You were my inspiration to kind of get into the music industry, and I recently seeing this and resurfacing Coloring Book has made me realize like your independence in the music industry. And I just went from corporate to working for an artist. I guess, what would you tell yourself 10 years ago as an independent artist? And also, how is that affecting you now in the world in 2026, still being fully independent and owning your stuff? Like, what is the most difficult thing to navigate around that?
I guess I would say money, probably. Like, I'll be wanting to do stuff. The money, the way that it works, like, you either have a lot or you don't have a lot, and it fluctuates all the time. But it gives you so much freedom. Like, sometimes I feel like I spend too much time talking about how difficult it is to navigate and be in a small business and all that stuff, but like, certain things you can just do. Like, this was just something I just did, you know? This was not a part of a tour. There was no business plan for how to make money off of this. It was just an idea. I want to do 5 stages and then do a big, long row of bleachers for the audience and mic up the audience and create a choir out of that, do it this way, and have dancers and have an orchestra and have all these things. It was just something I just wanted to do. I just grew up, and then I just spent my own money to make it, and it did not make me any money. It did not like further any goals other than my artistic goals of making something that didn't exist before. And so, like, in being an independent artist, I feel like you have a better chance of really cementing yourself in history as an independent artist than I think you do any other way. Even though there's so much, you know, I guess, exposure that you get through the machine. You know, there's bought and paid for advertising and marketing, and, you know, but the ability to make your own decisions and to stand as an outlier or a disruptor, I think that's what history is going to remember. You know, there's sales really only matter to the building. It only matters to the office. Like, how much, what somebody charted is how much they sold, but they don't care how it impacts somebody. Like, somebody comes up to me almost, and I'm trying to make sure I never get jaded or numb to it, but so often somebody comes up to me and they say, you got me through a really rough time. And I try and never take that for granted, because it's like that human experience, even if no one else ever knew who I was, and I just recorded a mixtape in my basement, and then somebody's friend gave it to somebody's friend, gave it to somebody, and it got them through that rough time. I'm cemented in history. I made an actual impact, not sales, but like reality. I changed reality for somebody, and so I think I always value that. I think that's at the core, the real, true winning piece of being independent, is that you can make independent decisions and you can live and think and speak freely. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for inspiring us.
I like to try and as a group when we do screenings and stuff like this. So if you guys could come to the front and just like organize somewhere in between this speaker and this speaker, I'm gonna come jump in the front after y'all with them.